If you can see my screen, please type in yes in the chat window. Yes, yes, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now let's start. And today, like I will go a bit tech and this I want a two-way communication. So Kiran and whosoever has joined from the Learnomate team, please make me the co-host so that I can make somebody the co-host if they want to speak. Or maybe when I will start the Q&A, you guys please allow them to speak, right? Because I want a two-way communication. Now, this is particularly related to the OCI, which is Oracle Cloud, and which is the beginning part. I mean, you have to learn cloud for DBAs. If you don't know cloud, you have to learn either you learn it today or tomorrow. No other skipping. No skipping. OCI you cannot skip. Like people are saying, I am the apps DBA. People are saying I am the Postgres DBA. People are saying I am DBA. I am MySQL DBA. Now, where all these things are running? All these things are running on Oracle Cloud only, right? Where all these databases are running today. Most of the customers, I know there are customers who are running on-prem, but then there are most of the customers who are running or moving towards Oracle Cloud. Now, when I say cloud, I always say I am not pressurizing any DBA. I am not suggesting any DBA to learn only Oracle Cloud. If you want, you can learn Azure Cloud, AWS Cloud also. That is also good, right? But then OCI has some more opportunities, and for DBAs, apps DBAs, and the people who are working on Oracle field, it is easy to grab OCI because it will add a cherry on top of the cake, right? Cake you already have. Your skill set is already the cake for you. You don't need to what do you say, add an extra thing, right? You are not starting from zero. You already have that skill set. We will also see that how we can leverage the AI tools to, that means to enhance our productivity. AI tools means I'll come on that. How we'll do. Now, I have seen DBS speaking why we need to learn OCI. But when they come in the batch, they work with us for a month or so. They understand that now there is no other option. They have to learn OCI because most of the things are automated now, right? So for agility, automation, security, and there's a big field. So you have to come out from the traditional IT infrastructure because ultimately companies are also coming out from the traditional IT infrastructure. Nobody is now interested in using the traditional IT infrastructure, right? So so that is where there are a lot of things. Now, for example, maintenance, we talk about maintenance, we talk about hardwares, we talk about patching, right? Everybody does the patching, everybody does the maintenance and a lot of activities. All those activities you will see when once you will move in OCI, you will see that most of the activities are now automated. And you can do those tasks with a single click. Only a single click will do the job, right? That much automation has been done. Okay, now now what happens is we talk a lot about the OCI, we talk a lot about the cloud and this automation, right? So why the customers are moving from the on-prem? Because ultimately what features they want, if a customer is today running on on-prem, he's he's less scalable, right? And he is actually giving more cost in terms of capex and opex both. So he has no other option in moving to cloud. Okay. So now what I'm talking about, all the customers forget about like giving the interviews and all. Understand the customer role. The customer wants the scalability. The customer wants the agility. That is why they are moving towards cloud. It is not about only OCI. It is about any other cloud also. Now you tell me if we are creating a rack environment in the normal traditional environment, we need to bring in the servers, we need to bring in a lot of stuffs, right? And then it will take for a customer at least, what do you say, at least a month or 45 days for the planning, because he will need to arrange the storage, the hardware, everything. The same compute, the same rack, if he wants to create in Oracle Cloud, it will only take 30 minutes to create, right? Just go on the cloud, log into the cloud, provision the machine. So there is a huge difference in terms of the scalability, in terms of the easeability, and in terms of configuring or managing anything, right? Almost anything. So, and definitely when we talk about OCI, there are different flavors. So all the customers, most of the customers are now moving towards the cloud because they can't survive on the on-premises, right? That much time, that much things they cannot spend, that much money they don't want to spend. Now, the another thing is that if you talk about traditional skill set, which is mentioned in the left here, right? Most of them are now automated. single click. Most of them are single click deployments. RMAN backup, single click deploy, data guard, single click, rack, single click, shell script, single click. Right. In OCI. So definitely you will have to learn that. Nobody is asking you to configure a RMAN backup in OCI. You can configure it using the console. Even patching is totally automated. Right. So now if you see you have a lot of services here which you need to understand. You have to understand what are object storage, what are cross region, what is ExaCS overview. We don't cover ExaCS in detail in OCI. Right. Then you have to do the automation, monitoring, and lot of other things, right? So there are new value, new skill sets which you need to adopt. No other option. You need to adapt to the new skill sets. Everybody's doing that, right? Now, just a minute. Okay. Now, see this, understand this. A difference between a tactical DBA who is a legacy DBA, right? You were doing a lot of 70% of the maintenance, only 30% of the architecture, right? You are doing patching, you are doing automation, shell scripting, creation of databases, blah, blah, right? Most of the time it's spending there because I was also a DBA. I have also evolved from a DBA role only. So I know that very clearly. Now those ergonomics has totally changed. You have, after learning the OCI, you will be only doing 20% of the maintenance and 80% of the architecture because there are a lot of things in the architecture which you need to do now. So you'll be working 80% of the architecture and automation. You will be understanding how the code is driven, how the cost is optimized, right? And how you will accelerate the business. So that you have to understand. That is a new role for you. That is totally a new role for you guys. Okay. And most important part, we as a DBA, we never thought that we need to learn networking because networking was handled by the guys who were doing the networking earlier, right? We never did the networking, right? Only the guys who were there as a network admin, they were doing their job. We were never doing that job, right? But now the things are totally changed. You have to understand the networking also. Because if I ask you from your on-premises to connect to a network, how would you connect if you don't know? Now, understand the on-prem architecture, traditional one. In the traditional architecture, so many people are wanting to drawing, I think, wanted to draw. Mahesh, I can see the names who want to draw. Okay. So now in the on-prem architecture, if you see, Mahesh, please, can you please stop your drawing? Okay. Can you see my drawing now, guys? Rajat, Rajat, have you joined the call? Rajat, is this you or somebody else? Okay. Now, if you talk about the on-prem infrastructure, all the roles were divided, right? We had an storage, we had a layer where our database, where our VMs were provisioned. So guys, understand one thing. Earlier, we were having different roles. So those were totally different roles. That means storage admin is managing the storage. Then you have the VM, then you have the database, right? And you as an DBA, Rajat, can you please go on mute? You as an DBA, you as an DBA or an apps DBA were only working on your database or on your application. You were never looking towards what OS guys are doing, what storage guys are doing, right? We never thought of, or and within the data center there is a router, right? Which is a network router. So there is a network team who is also doing a lot of things. Correct. But you never thought of this. But now when the OCI is launched, you will have to understand the network. You are the person who will create the storage. You are the person who will provision the VM. You are the person who will do the database. Because now when database things are automated, you can create databases in a single click, patch in a single click, autonomous database, lot of features. What else you will do? So these are the things which you need to learn. Then a part of security IDCS, you will have to understand the IDCS also, which is a part of the security. Correct. So the role of a DBA is not going anywhere, but you have to upskill to understand what customer is looking for. Now let's suppose. So, okay, you raise your hand. I'll make you. I'll unmute you. Let's suppose I have a customer which is an SDFC customer, SDFC bank, right? And he is already running an infrastructure where he has around 5,000 database instances. Possible, right? Right. SGFC might have more than that. I'm just taking 5,000. Now, for this 5,000 instances, all the capex means the capital expenditure. What is spending at once? OPEX, that is the operational expenditure, right? What he is spending day to day expenditure, right? Capex is capital, what he spends one time. So if we buy a home, we first will buy a home and will buy a land. So that is our capital expenditure, right? Let's suppose 50 lakh rupees. And then operationally also we will spend 10 lakh to build it and 10 lakh to maintain it year on year basis, or 5 lakh or 1 lakh, whatever it is. So that will be the operational expenditure. So customer will doing the both. Now, if this customer is getting an option where in the cloud he is getting more security, he is getting scalability. That means if tomorrow he wants to add 100 databases, he can immediately add 100 databases with a single click, right? And he will only have to pay for the OPEX. That means whatever he will use, the capex cost will be very less. So it is like a rented flat. I take a rented flat for 20-30,000. Tomorrow I don't like a flat, I will go to another flat, right? So that is why most of the customers are moving to cloud. And now where the OCI plays in, where the OCI fits in, the power of OCI, because I've been working since like it has been 8 years for me in provisioning the OCI, EXA CC, right? All these things for the customers and security, right? So if you talk about 95% of the big enterprise customers, right? They are today running on OCI. I mean, they are either moving towards OCI or planning to move or have already moved. Why? Because this 95% customers, were already running Oracle since past 3 decades. Most of the big customers are running Oracle only. So that is where our sweet spot is. Now, coming back again to this guy who was wanting to move his 5,000 databases here. So who will help him to move these databases? There will be a lot of work, right? When he will move the database, there will be the guys who will plan the database migration, usually the DBAs, right? Now you will say that the DBA doesn't know how to connect with the VM in the cloud. Correct? So how would he migrate? How will he migrate if he doesn't know how to connect the VM in the cloud? So that is why understanding of these things are very important. Now, apart from DBA, there are various roles. So now when this DBA learns all these enterprise things and everything, then he will have a role of a cloud engineer. He will have a role of a cloud consultant, and basically he will help the customer to provision his infra, to provision his databases, migrate his old fleet. And there are a lot of customers, lot of databases, right? I have in past 2 years, I have migrated around 8 to 10 customers in cloud, out of which 4 customers were there who were having more than 500 databases. Those were telecom customers, 1 banking and 3 telecom. And all of the database size was 100 terabyte plus. Correct. And they went on EXA CC, right? So there are a lot of customers who are migrating. You need to find a role there, because now if they come to you say, I don't know OCI, then how will you migrate their databases? Because their problem is scalability. Understand, the customer problem is they want to scale, they want to save on the dollar, on the money, they want more services, right? And they want ease of operating. Today we have a cloud tenancy, right? I just have to give a call to my cloud engineer that tell me the bill of the cloud tenancy for 1 month. Within seconds, he will tell me the bill, right? That privilege was not there when I was operating on the on-prem, right? So that is where we need to chip in. We as a DBA need to upskill and go further ahead. So Rajat, you want to add something? Sorry.
So yes, Prashant, thank you so much. So team, basically here we wanted to.
Sorry to ask this here, but did you find your phone? Your phone was lost, right?
Yeah. Just now, sir, I found.
Found it? Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
yes. Thank you.
So your OPEX, you have saved your OPEX, right?
Yes,
You
absolutely.
save both the CAPEX and OPEX, huh? At least you save your CAPEX. the capital
Yep.
expenditure. Otherwise, you will have to buy a new phone, right? OpEx is same.
Yep. Absolutely,
Right, right.
absolutely.
Huh.
So team, when we talk about the OCI, of course, everybody is aware that when we talk about the Oracle databases, we know that most of the large enterprises are using Oracle database, and when we talk about the OCI, it is purposefully built to accommodate the Oracle workload. Okay, so that's where we have the autonomous database. That's where DBAs are upgrading and they're moving towards autonomous databases and other services which is being launched onto OCI. And whatever app services you see in the market is being launched by OCI, they are added here onto OCI itself, because that's where Oracle as an organization is focusing. And that's where we as a DBA, or we as a experienced professional who has the experience into Oracle technologies, we should focus on to OCI. Okay, let me share my screen, team. I think Krishna sir has dropped. So I believe my screen is visible to all of you. Okay. So basically, I was trying to discuss about the services which is available onto OCI, and that's where OCI is being relevant for those enterprises, those organizations who are having their workload onto OCI. So if you look at any service, be it autonomous, Exadata, or any other services, in fact, nowadays they have started provisioning the Fusion applications onto OCI. That's where they are bringing their existing clients, existing customers onto OCI, be it from the application point of view, be it from the platform as a services, stack. Each and everything is being brought up here onto OCI. So we were talking about the translation matrices, wherein you as a professional experienced, you are going to add some new values, whatever skills you already have, whatever you were already doing with the existing setup, be it from the backup strategy or maybe from the DR strategy, from the monitoring point of view, the same activity you're going to do it onto OCI, however in a new way, in a new format. Okay, so those are the skill set we are talking about. They are essential nowadays to learn and manage the workload onto Oracle environment. And that's where whatever you see on the right hand side is the new value gets created. When you are going to learn about the new OCI skills, be it from the backups point of view, now here it is going to be object storage. From the DR's point of view, it's going to be data guard, of course. And be it from the shell scripting point of view, each and every resource what you create onto OCI is being managed from the CLI itself, which is a kind of a native tool available here in form of Cloud Shell. And then we have the Terraform infrastructure as code for the automation and resource creation. And then we have the monitoring services, and each and every resource is being protected by the network services of OCI. So we have a number of services in OCI which helps you to have your Oracle workload running here successfully and secured. That is the most important point. And
Rajat, can you move next? Can
yes,
you move next? We have
yes.
all the details of the
So
major components.
here
Yeah.
itself, yep. Here itself, if you see here at the center of the circle, we have the database services, be it base DB services, which is DBCS, or Exadata Cloud Service, or autonomous database. Each and everything is here resides at the center of the circle, which means whatever services we have from the networks point of view, from the securities point of view, or any other services which is available here in OCI natively, they are going to give you a full package to have your environment here successfully deployed and secured. When we talk about the VCN, it has multiple components. We talk about the security list. We talk about the networking security group. We talk about the other services from the connectivity point of view, be it IPsec VPN or maybe Fast Connect. So each and every services, whatever you see here on the screen, they are going to play a very important and critical role while having your deployment architecture secured. Right, so we are going to learn about each and every aspect from the security point of view, from the connectivities point of view, from the storage backup, from the high availability, from the disaster recovery point of view. So we have curated each and every session in such a way that you are going to have a hands-on onto each and every point, whatever we are going to discuss, and you're going to learn each and everything on your own. We are here to make you enable and help you to have the hands-on successfully with us.
Okay, Rajat, can we move next? Yeah.
Yes.
My voice is clear, Rajat, right?
Yes, absolutely, sir. You want
Yeah,
to
go.
go ahead, sir?
You explain this, then I will draw on the architecture. I want to ask some questions and doubts to the students. You just
Yep,
go
yep.
ahead with this.
Absolutely. So when we are talking about the security and the network fabric, so we have several resources onto OCI, be it compartment, be it virtual network, be it Bastion, Vault, or identity and access management. So what I explained on the previous slide is each and every component plays a very critical role in a way, in a certain way. So if I talk about the IAM services, so you're going to make sure which user gets created into the environment and which user is going to have which kind of access. That's where you have a first layer of security and you restrict them to access only required resources. So no any unauthorized user would be accessing any resources. And you have certain other components, maybe policies, groups, dynamic groups, and several other stuffs which would be placed here in the identity structure. When we talk about the compartment, it's a kind of a logical isolation of resources. So whatever resource you're going to create onto OCI, they are going to be placed in a certain compartment. So that's where you're going to divide, maybe workload wise, or maybe we have several departments in the organization, so they have created several compartments. That's where you logically isolate those resources and give the access to the relevant users or relevant user groups, right? And once you have all the resources, we'll have to have the network, and then you will use this network to provision any resources. Once you provision it, then for you it becomes very important to have a secure connectivity to those resources. That's where you make sure your resources are not being directly exposed to the internet. They are not vulnerable for the attacks, for the any third party or for any outsider. So each and every component, whatever you see here, plays a very critical role while strengthening your security posture onto OCI, right? Now here onto this slide, if you see from the left hand side to the right hand side, here you are going to have most of the control onto the services which is mentioned on the left hand side, and as and when you move towards the right hand side, you are going to have most of the things automated. When we talk about the patching, when we talk about the OS or environment management in the autonomous database, everything is going to be managed. So that's where you save a lot of time, and then you as a engineer or database engineer or cloud engineer or cloud architect, you need to figure it out what else you can do, where you need to invent. And that's where organization is expecting you guys to know more about the OCI. You should know about the networking. You should know about the security posture of the cloud environment. You should know about the cloud architecture deployment for multiple scenarios, in which kind of scenario, which kind of deployment architecture should be there in place, and what kind of security posture would be required for each and every resources or each and every component which is part of a deployment architecture, right? So that's where all these services about which we are going to talk about during the sessions, you're going to learn about them.
Okay. Yeah, Rajat, thanks. So now, okay, can I take for a moment?
Yep, sure. I'm stopping.
Okay. So now in most of the cases where the biggest problem starts, and then I will open up for the Q&A in next 5 to 10 minutes. It will not take much of the time. Now see, and Rajat, I'll just walk you through, open the documents what we have. Can you please open the lab documents so that you can walk through once I finish? So now many DBS say, and many people want my screen access to draw from the next time I disable it. Now many DBS always say to me that, sir, I am migrating the database from here to here, from like on premises to the OCI. Correct. what is the need for me to understand the network? What is the need for me to understand the networking? Why should I learn OCI? Because I will be only migrating. I will only migrate, right? I am a DB, I will migrate, correct? So why do I need to learn? So so now understand one practical logic. If a customer is migrating databases, he is not migrating one database. He has a fleet of 100 to 100 databases. A big customer, or maybe a small customer at least has 20 DBs. Then only he is migrating to the OCI. Now this customer will call a Mr. DBA guy who knows OCI, right? Definitely, if a DBA guy doesn't know OCI, he will not call that guy, correct? So this customer will call this DBA guy who knows the OCI and will ask, what is the approach you will take? What is the approach that you will take? Another thing is what approach you will take, then what size of databases you will migrate and in how much time. Now you are the guy who will tell this customer that, sir, to migrate your 100 terabyte database, we have a fast connect in between. So it will take around, if you migrate with the frequency of 5 Mbps, it will take around for you, for example, 10 days to migrate your database. And then this DBA also has to set up this environment between the customer. You have to set up the VMs, you have to set up the DBCS. If you don't know the network behind it, how will you set up it? That is the biggest problem who is drawing on my screen. Guys, please stop. Otherwise, I can see the name. Okay. So you have to understand this concept of logical sizing. So before you do the migration, you will do the sizing also. Sizing means the architecture, right? That I will use this database, this will take so much time, this will take this much time. All these things you will have to tell to the customer. Otherwise, who will tell? Correct. So if you don't know, your backups will go to the backup storage. What kind of storage you have in OCI? If you don't know where you will keep your keys in the key vault. If you don't know that if your database instance is not connected to the service gateway, correct? You will never be able to take the backup. Who will know? If you don't know that, then it will not work, right? Your database will not work. Your backups will not work, right? So there are lot of scenarios why you need to understand this. Every DBA needs to understand this. And this is complex. Like we have around more than 75 plus labs, which you will have to do with us, right? And we will do all the labs with you. We will do the lab, you will follow, you will do the lab, come up with the doubts, lot of things, right? Then you will, this is a kind of a journey for a DBA. And we have also been there to this journey. And once you understand this journey, there are different roles which you can focus on. So now, Rajat, I just want you to show the hands-on labs what we have. I'm stopping my...
So I believe my screen is visible to you guys. So this is the library, what we have built. So we have segregated each and every section, which is relevant and important for any cloud architect or cloud engineer, for them to know about this thing. So, starting from the compute services, we have segregated each and every component. Okay. And we have prepared a comprehensive lab environment. Okay. Onto all services, whatever we have. So we have started from scratch. If anybody who comes and doesn't know anything about the OCI, they will start from the scratch and they will start learning about each and every services from the basics. Okay, so if I simply talk about how we are going to create a compute service onto OCI, we have mentioned each and everything step by step here in this lab. Similarly, in compute, we have a number of labs. How we are going to have multiple VMs with multiple VNX, right? Similarly, how you're going to have a compute capacity reservation and then launch a compute VM here. Okay, and if I talk about the VM auto scaling, how it is going to happen, what is the fundamentals, of the auto scaling, and what kind of configuration would be needed, okay, and in which cases, in what type of use cases you're going to use this kind of a scenario or this service, okay, and how you're going to install the OCI CLI and then perform the lab sessions, okay. Now, if I talk about the storage services, similarly, we have segregated the storage section as well, because we have n number of storage services, be it from the boot volume, block volume, file storage, and the object storage. Okay. So lab environment, we have segregated for each and every service under the storage as well, which is present. So here, first of all, of course, we'll have to have understanding about the architecture, how the deployment architecture will look like, and then we'll go step by step provisioning the resources which is required for this particular lab. Okay. And then we have networking section, which is the most important section of this course. Of course, I think approximately 30 to 40% of our time we need to spend into the networking services, because at the end, networking is the backbone of any deployment architecture. And we should be very clear which resources needed to connect with which service internally or externally, maybe with the on-premises environment, or maybe with, if any other cloud service provider is also there in the picture, then how the networking architecture will look like, which kind of gateways would be required, and how we are going to have a secured connectivity, okay, wherein each and every transaction, each and every data packets which is flowing from location A to location B is being encrypted or not, right? So, we have curated this in such a way that it is going to cover almost all the fundamentals of OCI, and that's where you're going to have a clear picture of every deployment architecture, and you will deep dive into each and every concept of OCI. Okay. And then we have the identity and access management section, wherein how we will know how this IAM things work onto OCI. And then we have the autonomous database labs, how you're going to have the DBCLI environment, and then how you're going to provision the DBCS environment, how you're going to provision the autonomous database environment, right? And then how you're going to have the migration things done from the on-premises environment to cloud, or maybe cloud to cloud. So we are going to discuss about all the migration approaches. So we have a kind of a comprehensive guide of how you're going to have all the environment here onto OCI. And then we have the observability and management section, which is kind of a monitoring section, okay, along with all the DBCS and autonomous database lab. Okay. And once we are done with each and every services onto OCI, then we will have a dedicated doubt session with all of you. We will have a kind of a mock interview sessions with all of you, discussing about the real world use cases, which is being implemented for the enterprises where we have already worked, where we have done the implementation. So those cases will be discussed with you, and we'll try to make you understand how each and every component is being tied up together to make the environment scalable, secure, right? And have gonna be functional, everything onto OCI.
So, Rajat, I think
Yeah.
let us open up for the Q&A. Let us listen what questions people have, right?
Sure,
First.
sure.
Yeah. So, okay. So, Kiran, so guys, you can raise your hand. Whosoever has any questions related to the course, related to the role, what role you will get in market, XYZ, whatever you have, just raise up your hand. We will take the name and we'll unmute you. Anybody, any questions, please raise up your hand.
Hey Krishna, this is Ananta here.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So this is actually there are multiple levels of certifications there, right? OCI. So this is covered at associate level or a professional level, or what exactly? Because I want
So,
to do
hmm.
multi-cloud certification. So
Mhm.
from the scratch, actually, I don't have any experience on OCI.
For
That's
doing
why.
multi-cloud, first step is that you have to learn one cloud, any one cloud properly. Then you go to multi-cloud.
No,
That is the basic step, right? Now I'm
no.
coming on your question.
AWS,
Hmm. Hmm.
AWS and all I have done. AWS and Azure I have done.
You have
I
done.
have
Okay. Okay. Perfect. 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 Perfect.
have some
So
hands-on
this.
experience.
Okay.
Migration projects also I have done.
Mm-hmm.
OCI I'm zero. Actually, I don't have any idea.
Okay.
So
That's a
that's
good
why
point.
my question is: this course covers only the associate level or professional level, or what
No, this
exactly?
covers 100% associate level, and then it also
Okay.
covers approximately 50% of the professional grade, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
1.5
Okay.
combiningly, and rest
Okay.
50% of the professional is the security one, which you don't need to do now. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it is all practical based, everything scenario. What we have done is we have implemented more than 100 customers in cloud. Right. I have
Oh,
helped more than like
great.
100 plus customers, 150 plus customers. Rajat has helped only a single-handedly 100 plus. Right. So we have decoupled all the use cases and made the labs out of it. So once you do that, it is actually enterprise grade. Whatever you will do here, the same thing you will do in the production environment.
Okay. Okay. So
Hmm.
I don't need to bother about whether it's associate level or the professional level or whatever.
No, no, no,
But
no, 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 no,
okay,
no, no,
that's
no.
great. Good to hear.
Yeah, yeah. Next
Okay.
question, please. Yeah, a non-tech professional can will have to put a bit of extra effort, but if you start from zero, so there are many freshers who are now getting trained to OCI because the company is putting them in the support role. So maybe if you learn this, you will get a support role, and that's a good role to start with if you are from a non-technical background. Then you can go with the support role, and yes, definitely you can start with OCI because OCI is as new as for a DVA. It is the similar new for you, but you don't have to focus much on the database. You have to more focus on the services of OCI. So yes, you can do that. So Exa CC batch is yes going on. Exa CC,
Okay.
Exa and Exa
Um,
CC.
I have one query.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I am past graduations 2017 or 18,
Mm-hmm.
and after that I have a teaching line. So this
Okay.
certification for the job, we can I can get it job or anything
So so
suggest.
there are still lot of firings are going on, but still if you see, there are more than like thousands of role pending for OCI because they are not getting the right skill set candidates. And you talk to the people who have done already the courses within a month or two, they are able to switch a role right into the cloud. So yes, definitely you can get the job, but depends if you focus. If you join from mobile, then it will not help. You have to do all the labs with us. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Sir,
Somebody is raising the hand.
yes,
Yeah, go
sir,
ahead. Hmm.
almost 8 or 9 years completed my
Hmm. Hmm.
education's gap, and we means I can get it after education gap. I can get it job or.
So see, today, if I tell you frankly, right, for
Hmm.
the companies, Rajat, first tell me if my voice is clear because I've just joined from the what do you say? From I've just connected with the airports. So
Yes, yes,
Rajat,
it is
please
clear.
confirm if my voice is clear now. Okay.
Yes, it is clear,
So,
sir.
so so now understand one thing today. Nobody is worried about that you are passed from which college. Nobody is worried about how many CGPA you got, how many companies you worked with, right? The people, because I take a lot of interviews and I hire for a lot of companies. Okay. I take interviews for a lot of companies and I work with the customer directly with the CEOs and CTOs. So what I have seen is even what I do for me, if I'm taking the interview and if a person is having the skill set, that is my top priority. I will never want to have a guy who might have 90% CGPA, might have worked for Microsoft, but doesn't know OCI because my requirement is OCI, right? He should be well versed with the skill set. So today the hirings are based on the skill set. You see a lot of people who are 12th pass, right? Developers. They are working with Google and Microsoft and Oracle and Facebook today. And they are working on AI because and their degree is also completed by Google. Google gives them the degree, the graduation degree. Google has a tie-up with a lot of colleges and they give their degree and they are working, earning and doing the education in parallel. Okay, so only skill set matters, nothing else.
Okay, sir.
Actually,
Sir, if
certification
I
days are gone.
will learn this certification,
Sorry.
if I will learn this
Certification.
certification OCI, so this
Hmm.
is only one certification enough for job.
Yeah, so more than certification, see,
Hmm.
practically speaking, okay, don't mind my words. I never encourage anybody to go for certifications. I never encourage anybody to spend the money on certification because what you are doing now with us na is more than the certification because the practical hands-on skill are more than the certification, right? But if you have the money, you do it, and if you, I mean, if your company is paying, definitely do the certification, right? But a person will judge you by the resume you have made, by the keywords you have written in your resume, right? Like for example, you know how to configure a hub and spoke network, you know how to configure a DRG, you know how to configure a VCN, subnet, NSG route rules, all those stuffs, right? So
Mhm.
people are going to judge you on that, on your resume, what you will write on your resume, right? The second thing is because see, today you go in Hyderabad, today you go in anywhere. in Delhi and all region, right? You give 3,000 rupees, they will clear your certifications. Hmm? But when you will go in the interview, what will happen? They will ask the real time scenarios, correct? So doing a certification is not a bad thing, but it is on number second. First, you have to get the hands-on knowledge. Hello.
Yeah, yes, sir. Means
Yeah.
my point is,
Yeah.
if I will including hands-on with
Mhm.
certification, then I
Hmm.
can get it job. Now OCI only, OCI I
Hmm.
will complete, then get it job.
Certification should be included with the hands-on job.
Yeah.
Right.
With
Hands-on is
and
first. Hmm.
yeah, hands-on
Hmm. Hmm.
with OCI only. This nothing else. Other any skill set. Only OCI
Yeah. Yes,
hands-on.
yes. Easily.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, anybody else, guys?
I have one query here.
Hmm.
Yeah, actually, after doing a OCI certificate, OCI hands-on training,
Hmm.
so will I get a complete work on OCI, or like how it will be possible?
See, that totally depends. So you will definitely get a work on OCI. There are guys who have done the training on OCI and now they are working on Azure. Company has said that his basic fundamentals are clear. Now most of the guys are DBA, right? If you learn RDBMS, you can work on any database. Who is a RDBMS database, correct?
Right.
You can work on Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle database, because these are
Mhm.
only the products created from the RDBMS methodology. Correct. So
Right.
once you go to this course, this is a methodological course, and this is very closely related to the cloud computing. So now, when you will go through this, I can give you an Azure book. You will learn that Azure book in 15 days,
No.
right?
My question
Hmm.
is, see,
Hmm.
sometimes what happens in a project, OCI is there,
Hmm.
OCI work is there,
Hmm.
but 90% work is done by the Oracle Cloud support team. So from
No,
cloud,
that is not the case.
yeah, because they do the implementation, they do the
No. Who said? Who
setup,
said?
everything.
No. They never do that. They never do that. They only Oracle cloud support team only
Yeah,
resolve the
Oracle
support
Cloud
ticket.
support. Yeah.
No.
They
No,
do
you're
all
not
these
getting it.
things.
No. Never,
No,
never,
because
never.
see,
Hmm.
I'm telling you, I'm
Hmm.
already working in such kind of project. So there
Hmm.
we are working as a application DBA, not as a cloud full-fledged cloud DBA. We are working as a application
Because
DBA.
okay, because your customer has migrated that work to Oracle, and Oracle
Correct.
engineering team or Oracle
Correct.
support team will never do that. Oracle
Correct.
consulting,
Correct.
Oracle engineering, Oracle TC, there are a
Engineering
lot
team.
of teams, right?
Yeah.
So they have outsourced this work to
Yeah,
the
they have
huh,
agreement with the Oracle support, and
huh.
they
No.
are doing that.
You are taking it wrong. No, Oracle
Okay.
support will never do the implementation. No, this is
Okay.
completely wrong. Bro, I
Okay.
have spent half of my life with Oracle. Okay, I have worked in at least
Mhm.
10 teams of Oracle. Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay. So I know each and every team how they work. Right. Now your understanding is a bit different. Let me clear this for
Okay.
other guys. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Let
Okay.
me mute.
Hi, Prash. I am a Rohit, having 8 years of experience. So I have a doubt currently as of Oracle layoffs are going on.
Mm-hmm.
So it is secure for doing OCI or AWS is preferring because my friends are suggesting AWS. So could you
So
please
you go on the internet and
yeah.
check the data first. Once the layoffs are going on, most of the partners are also hiring, and even Oracle itself is hiring. Right. Now,
Okay.
I'll just, guys, can you please, I'll just mute you all and I'll make you understand one thing. Okay. I'll make you understand one thing, what this guy is saying. You will understand the concept, how the business works, understand how the business works. Now, let's suppose this is your customer, he has some databases. This is your HDFC customer. I'm just taking a random name, right? He wants to move to OCI. Now, what he will do, he has two options. Either he will go to Oracle, correct? And he will say that you bring in one team from Oracle, let's say Oracle TC team or Oracle engineering team, right? Correct. And I will pay you 100 rupees, correct? And you will deploy your engineers who will do all of my provisioning and support, right? Provisioning and support, correct? when this customer will face any problem, he will raise a SR, and that is a different route for Oracle support. Otherwise, he has a second option. He will go to some partner like KPMG, PwC, Deloitte, and there are more than 8,000 partners, right? Okay. Now you can see now, Rajat, right?
Yes, I can see.
Now this customer SDFC has two routes. Either I give 100 rupees, either he give 100 rupees to Oracle. Okay. Or he gives 50 rupees to companies like TCS, Infi, Accenture, and there are 8,000 partners like KPMG, right? Whatnot. Correct? And they will do their work in 50 rupees. And they will provision and they will do the like support. Correct? That is how it works. So there are very less customer who will give the support and provisioning to Oracle. And that is why Oracle has done so much of layoff, because now Oracle is saying that we will only host the services, we will not do the implementation. Oracle is saying we will forward this implementation to all the partners. And only partners will do the implementation. Did you get my point? Now your job lies with one of these partners, Wipro, and there are 8,000 partners, right? There are partners like Syntax, there are partners like Data Intensity, who are doing a very good job in OCI, but you might have not heard their name. Correct?
Okay.
There are partners like Velocity. They are big companies, US-based companies and all. They are looking for OCI skill set, because now Oracle, any customer has two options. Getting a point?
Yeah, understood.
So that is where you need to jump in.
Okay, thanks.
Perfect. Okay, next question. And sorry for my bad drawings. Next question, please.
Sir, we will get the lab practice as well, or we have to for the test?
Yeah, everything. See, we are the architects.
Yeah.
Don't call us a trainer. Okay. Otherwise, we will feel very bad. Trainer will not be able to implement this course. We are not teaching you, we'll make you implement. Every lab, what you see is an implementation. We do the live implementation with you. So that when you go to the job and when you go to the interview, now the same thing is there. And what tenancy we will give you the access to, OCI tenancy, it's a production grade tenancy. It's our production grade tenancy. Okay. And whatever labs you will do, the similar lab you will do for a customer like TCS when you will onboard for the job. Maybe he can ask 10 more tasks, 10 less tasks, whatever it is. Getting my point?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Hello.
Sir, one question.
Hey, hi, Swapnil here.
Yeah, Swapnil, go ahead.
Yeah, so as I mentioned already, I'm currently working on a project where our databases are hosted in OCI only, Oracle Cloud. So, by like as means when we joined this project, none of us were aware about the OCI or how it will work and all. But now we have spent almost 2 years in this project, and like we are working anyhow, right? So, but we don't have that basic knowledge or what all things we can do with OCI, because we are only
That's a big problem.
yeah, we are only doing the regular activities like applying QMR, like quarterly maintenance patch,
That is
security
a single
patch.
click only, right? That is a
Yeah,
single
yeah,
click only.
yeah.
So now
Build patch,
that is a big problem with almost 95% of the people. And that is
right?
why companies are not able to get the people. Now, if you don't know how to build the architecture for VCN, subnet, routes, what kind of DVs we have in OCI, right? How to provision the DV, what does the scaling do, how CPU will be scaled, right? How to build a hub and spoke network, what does DRG do, what does the gateway do, lot of stuff, right? If you don't know
Yeah,
how to implement it, the logic behind it, right? So for
yeah. So
example,
current,
so understand one thing, just understand one logic. If I am an SDFC customer now, I will never give you my tenancy to work on this first thing. If I am
okay,
SDFC customer, right, and you don't know this thing, if you are an SDFC customer, let's suppose you are running a million dollar application there, right? You are running your
yeah,
net banking there, right? Will you give
yeah.
your environment where your application is hosted, that is OCI, to a DB or a person who doesn't know these things? Will you give? You tell me.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. So that is the
Yeah.
skill set gap. So once you upgrade to this, you will go to a role where you will create that tenancy for a customer.
No,
Correct.
that's
You
what
will do the
actually
provisioning.
my question. And like currently our databases are like OCI on-prem, okay? And they are like migration is going on now. Now we are going to cloud, okay? Like it will be not on-prem. So by doing this course, like how it will add on like in my skills, or like how I can utilize this knowledge in my current project actually, because our clients also, we are running databases in OCI, but they are not, means our databases are not running in rack. We are purposely shutting down one instance, only running on one instance due to some
That's so.
challenges actually. So like they are
Actually,
also not
the
using
the kind of
full-fledged
a
features.
the kind of a OCI tenancy you will create with us would be more advanced than what you already have,
Okay.
right? So you can just refer to your customer tenancy. Okay, we created this. He also has like that. You don't need to do anything on your customer tenancy. We will give you the full admin rights to do all these stuffs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you will be provisioning the databases, the VCN, the subnet, everything here, the gateways, everything, right? The routing and all,
Yeah.
right? So you don't need to worry. You do everything here. No need to go on your customer tenancy. Just have a look at it. And I am very much sure that in your customer tenancy, you might be having a different policies and roles where you might be able to see only what customer wants you to see. Correct?
Right,
The
right,
resources,
right.
because you might be having a lot of resources, but you might not have access to all of them.
Yeah.
Correct?
So this course will definitely add on like those skills in me, right? Mm.
100%. 100%. We spend a lot of time with the students. We already have, I mean, you get a review from any student who has been in touch with us. He mostly will be happy or maybe working on as an OCI architect or a OCI engineer, most of them.
Okay. And like
Mm.
about my DBA skills as well, Oracle DBA
And
skills, I
DBA,
have.
DBA will be utilized. Now, if a customer, somebody is playing with my whiteboard, okay, not a
Mhm.
problem. So if a customer is migrating 500 databases, right, there has to be some maintenance on the cloud, na, Pava? How will you
Mm.
maintain? The DBA's role is not going anywhere. But if you don't know the
No,
other
no,
stuff,
no.
what I am telling,
What my question was, I just
hmm.
had like I just have a 3 to 4 years knowledge in DBA also. Like I'm not pro.
That's
So
okay. That's okay. That's okay. You don't need to be pro in DBA to learn OCI. Even a fresher can learn. Yeah, if you will tell me that I want to learn Exadata, I want to
Mhm.
learn ExaCC, which is the premium product of Oracle, right? Then I will
Right.
not allow you.
Okay.
Correct. Because if you don't
Yeah. So
understand the SG architecture, if you don't understand the PG architecture, if you don't understand how the buffer cache works, right? Then you will face some methodological issues in learning Exadata. Now, that guy
right,
who
right.
was from a non-tech background, I recommended him to learn OCI because OCI is as new for a DBA as new for an apps DBA as new for him, right? Everything is new for
Mhm.
us only.
So
You'd never be
ExaCC and whatever course we are having OCI, those are totally different, right?
totally different.
Okay.
Those are different codes. This is 40 hour, this is 40 hour.
Okay. Okay.
I have
And
one
both,
question.
hmm,
A DBA can have both the skill set for Exadata and OCI.
I see again, you know, okay, you have DBA skill set, right? You get 2 rupees, let's suppose. You have OCI, you get 4 rupees. You have Exadata, you get 6 rupees, right? Convert that as whatever number you want. You know ExaCC, you get 10 rupees, right? Now you say, I know GenAI also. I can automate your Exadata, ExaCC jobs and reports,
Okay.
right? You get 20 rupees. Now you say that I know the architecture of all of them, right? You get 30 rupees, correct?
Got your
You
point.
know that you say that I know CUDA programming on which the GPUs work, right? AI has GPUs, right? The GPUs are trained on CUDA programming. You get 100 rupees. Facebook will come and hire you. Nvidia will come and hire you. Correct. Because all of them are doing need CUDA programmers so that they can code on the GPU layer. Right. GPUs are the biggest problem today. GPU and RAM. Correct. Because everyone wants the GPU and RAM to run their AI infrastructure, right? Now there is a path. This is a path. Correct. You say that I want to learn GenAI. Now, where you will run the GenAI agents on OCI, correct? Who will give you the infrastructure? Any cloud only, right? Now you say I want to learn Gen AI, but I don't know OCI. How would you learn? Where you will run the AI agent on a laptop? No, you can't. It needs a massive GPU, which only which only clouds can provide, right? Do you agree? Do you agree with me?
Yes, got your point.
So there is a dollar value associated with all the roles, and it is directly proportional to the skill set. In my projects, I have a manager who is a DBA manager, right? I have a manager who is a DBA manager, and I give him 50 rupees, let's suppose, because he's the guy who is managing all the DBAs, correct? Hmm? There is another guy who is an infra architect. He only manages infra. I also give him 50 rupees. Now these both talk to each other, right? He has some cloud engineers and they work only on the infra provisioning. And these guys work only on the database migrations. And these are the infra guys, infra and security, right? They both work with each other. Now I lead them, so I get 100 rupees. Correct? Are you getting the point? Now these DBS gets 20, 30, 40, like the skill set and experience ranges, right? And this guy also get like 30, 40, 20, like that. Everything is skills aligned with the skills. You today write a post that automate, right? Exa CC, okay, using Gen AI. Rajat bhai, what will happen?
Hmm.
100 companies will 1,000 people will see your post, right? And 100 companies will call you, sir, what you have done? Sir, what you have done? You have automated Exa CC using Gen AI? What automation you have done? Because Oracle has not been able to do this. Getting a point. You write optimize the CPU to 90% of the cost on Exa CC. Now SDFC will directly call you. The CTO will call you directly. Bro, what you did here? I am running an environment. Do that for me. I'll give you the money. Correct. Getting a point. So there is a ladder to everything. But you can't write that, right? It has to be perfect, na? Otherwise, LinkedIn will sue you also. Okay, so that is how it works, guys. I'm like over time. I hope we were able to give you some kind of basic knowledge or some kind of understanding for the roles and all. So whosoever is working for a DBA, if you have a little knowledge, you have zero knowledge, you start with OCI. If you don't start today, trust my words, you will come back again and you will again learn, or you will go somewhere else and learn. You will have to learn. No other option. It is as good as that you are working on a Linux server and you don't know how to run the Linux commands to install the Oracle database.
Can we get a permanently remote job in OCI?
Yeah, you can. I know thousands of people who are doing remote job permanently in OCI. Because architect level of job, architect and cloud engineer level of jobs have become remote since like past.
Okay.
Since COVID, right? Since COVID, it is very much acceptable.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So definitely you can get easily. Most of my guys I know, even Rajat is working since 5 years on remote, right? He supports a lot of customers. Whenever he wants, he go to office. He doesn't go to office.
Do you provide the job references for OCI?
Instead of providing the job reference, I will make you so strong and make your resume so strong that 100 of people will reach you. We can do that together, right? If I commit you something wrong, that I will help you in certification, I'll help you in getting a job referrals. That is not good, right? Fake commitment is not good, right? I'll make you so strong that you will be able to make your good resume with us and apply for multiple jobs. And you know how to deal it with, right?
And after completing this course, are we able to do the certification by own? After completing this course, so we are enough confident to complete this certification also?
Yeah. See,
Okay.
certification, Bhai, don't make open my mouth. Okay.
Okay.
Now it certification is cleared on the basis of dumps. You get dumps in $20 today, right? People will share the dumps between them and they will say, "Do you have the latest dump? Do you have the latest dumps?" And you will read the dumps. It will have 200 questions. Out of that, 30 questions will come, right? And you read those 30 questions, go and attempt those questions. Now, some of those questions are so much tricky that even if you are a good architect, you might not be able to attempt that, right? So now people will go and dumps, buy the dumps, clear the certification. But that doesn't mean you have the actual knowledge, right? That doesn't mean you have actual knowledge. You read 200 scenarios and we will give you the actual 200 questions which are asked in the interview. Trust me on this, bro. When you will go for an interview or if you go for an evaluation, the person sitting in front of you is a kind of a basmati rice in OCI, right? And he will grill you down. He will grill you down. And he will grill you down only on the things what you have written in your resume, nothing else. He will never ask nothing apart from that. I get resumes where on one page they have put 50 certifications. How come somebody can do 50 certifications? Right? They put GCP certified, Azure certified, and then when in the interview they don't start for 10 minutes also.
My
They are
God.
not able to sustain the interviews for 10 minutes.
Oh my God.
Correct. So write down a proper resume, right? And we will make you write and only write whatever you will implement with us. Nothing extra. Nothing extra. Okay. So guys, I have to close now. Thank you so much.
So
Rajat, anything
one
you
thing,
have to add?
if you can share the course fees also, that will be fine.
Please check with Kiran or somebody else from the Learnomate team, please.
What is the
Okay.
duration for this course?
Yeah.
Duration?
Duration would be approximately 30 to 45 days max.
Daily 2 hours or 3 hours?
Sorry?
How many hours you have to go?
Daily 1 to 1.5 hours.
Okay.
At
Timing?
around 8 to 8:30 p.m. when everybody is back from the office.
Hello.
I see.
Actually my office timing is till 9:30 p.m.
9:30. Then can't you join one from office? You tell them I am learning. You want an upskilled employee? I am upskilling now.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
I used to do when I was in job. I used to take
Okay.
permission from my manager, sir. I am upskilling 1 hour call I have. Please.
Oh, okay.
I never got a manager who said no. They always said yes.
Okay.
And they used to say, tell me also if something is important, right?
Yes,
I will
yes.
also get some extra dollars, right?
Correct.
And give. But don't make your manager join the call with a different name, please. Hmm?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, guys. So, okay, thank you. We'll discuss later. You get in touch with Learnomate. Yeah. Maybe whosoever will register will meet in the class. Yeah.
When is the next demo?
Next
I
demo.
missed
I think
it.
you just check with
I
Learnomate team.
missed that.
They can update you.
Yeah, I have just joined little bit
Oh,
late.
you can take the recordings from Learnomate.
Okay.
Yeah, I joined late. Is this a weekend batch?
It's not a weekend batch. It's a weekday batch.
Okay.
Yeah.
And may I know your experience and your name?
So my name is Krishna. Who is that? Gaurav?
Yes, yes.
So my name is Krishna and my experience is more than like 15 years. And I've migrated more than like 100 to 150 customers to OCI and trained more than 5,000 students.
Okay, Krishna. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So, thank you. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye bye.